All right, you guys ready? I'm sitting down like a little boy right here. Cheers. All right, first off, I want to thank our fans. I mean, there was a lot of people came for Georgia Tech out here to Colorado to cheer us on, and it doesn't go without saying how thankful that entire team and we all are for our fan support, and we want to hope we hope that continues the rest of the season. So proud of the football team, proud of these guys that we couldn't have played worse in the first half. Self-inflicted errors, 3 turnovers in the first 3 drives, penalties, busts on different things. Allowed to score early on that first drive. But we talk about playing the next play. That's all we talk about. Next play, next play, next play. Right? And the resiliency of these guys really showed. And you got 3 turnovers in your first 3 drives, and it's real easy for everybody to start pointing fingers and talking and whatnot. That's the identity that we want to have and we'll continue to have. So it was a good football game. We were able to come out on top. So very thankful for that. We got a lot of work to do when we get back and get ready for next game. So without opening any questions.
What was the difference in the game for you, Coach? Oh, sorry.
Jackson, why don't you go?
Y'all had 3 turnovers on the first 3 drives.
Correct.
Brand new season. What does it say about your team's resiliency and their will to fight back? And did you learn anything new about your team that you maybe didn't know coming into it?
No, I mean, it's like I said, that's what I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them for fighting back and overcoming those things. There's been a lot of times in the past where that wouldn't have happened at all. And the finger pointing can start and to be 18, 20, or in Haynes' case, like 33, 34, but years old, it's hard to get those guys to have that mentality, and our team does. And look, there's things we got to continue to work on and clean up. A lot of things we got to clean up, but at the end of the day, that's why it's a team game. We had Aiden had some big kicks that really kept us in there, and he was as confident and money on it as you could be. Got 2 hands on a couple of their kicks, which could have been big. They both ended up floating through there. So yeah, really happy about them. And again, you asked things you don't know. What do you find out? Really, the first game, there's a lot of things you don't know. You think about it. You hope that's the case. You hope that's the way they're going to play. But it confirms it that way after the game.
Check.
Fourth quarter, especially that offensive line, you're having to move some guys around. Can you walk me through that? Having to put Joe on the right, Keelan goes out, a couple different centers in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the name of the game. And you guys hear me talk all the time about position flexibility and position versatility. When one guy goes down, you're not necessarily putting in the next guy behind him. It's putting in the next best offensive lineman, that 6th guy, the 7th guy, the 8th guy. I think we had 8 guys, 7 or 8 guys play on the O-line tonight, and I want to do that. I mean, you got to be able to get guys experience and guys out there playing. It's the only way they're going to continue to improve. So proud of those guys. They had a lot of things that they could have folded the tent on, and they didn't. Jeep's done a great job of getting those guys prepared from a mental standpoint. To be able to play the next play and put those things behind them, get corrections made. But it's good to see them take over. I thought they played very physical, especially in the run game, and they were wanting to lean on those guys and impose their will, and that's what we talked about. Body blows are going to add up, and they're going to accumulate in fourth quarter.
Can you talk a little bit about Dre Fuller and him playing full game, Christian Garrett, and then young guys, Joey Boyd, getting really thrown into their first real extensive playing time, and kind of what you saw from them, and what led you to play like Dre? I know AJ got banged up, but
yeah, AJ's banged up, and he'll be back soon. But what leads you to play him is the production over the last 4 weeks. And how they've played over preseason camp and training camp. We got a lot of really good young players on the football team. We've got experience in a lot of places, but we also have a lot of really young guys. So the more they get out there and play, the more accustomed they're going to be. And there was plenty of things out there that happened first time, whether it's the awareness of when a special team goes, or but I don't think the game was too big for any of them. And that's what's important, and that's what we always strive for, is to, we talk about closing that gap between practice and games.
Okay.
Brent, can you describe what makes that fake toss work so well, and just your confidence in that working?
No. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It works all right. Yes.
Yeah, all right. Come on, Ken. It's a compliment. It's a playoff of a play. You get guys that teams are playing man coverage and matching guys out of the backfield, and you run a lot of the toss pitch stuff, and it really opens a huge seam inside for the quarterback run, and that's what happened. And I thought our guys leaned on them, for the game, and that's what you want. You want guys, you want those accumulated body blows to add up, and all of a sudden now those arm tackles don't become, they're not getting to the ground.
Let's go Jonathan, we'll go Patrick, we'll go right here, and then we'll bring in players.
Can you talk a little bit about the defense? They obviously allowed the opening touchdown off that first turnover, but then the next two, they shut them down. Was there, what did you see out of them, and kind of what did, Coach Gideon have to say to them kind of coming into that or going into those situations?
Yeah, look, first time playing out on new defensive scheme, and I thought leading up to the game was really, really good communication out of these guys, and you get in the game and that communication, all of a sudden the offense is going faster. Things are moving quicker, and we had some communication breakdowns early on. We had guys slip on the turf one time, and we had several times we got close to getting sacks, but it's one of those things that defensively you just got to bow your neck back and play the next play. I know it sounds cliche, but that is a mentality that we've instilled in our team of playing the next play. And Blake kept saying the same thing, and there were plenty of times in the second half where we had guys were communication errors on a route or whatnot, but when they got down tight in that red zone, I thought they really bowed their necks back and played good football down there. And obviously, there's a lot of things to correct.
Patrick.
Coach Key, what did you make of the play of their quarterback, Salter? Were you impressed by him, and did he do anything you weren't expecting?
I'm talking about Georgia Tech.
Yes, sir. How did your defense play against him?
We just said defense. We just talked about that.
Hey, Coach, what do you feel was the difference in the game? And it was back and forth and with the errors installed, but what was the main difference for you and your team?
7 points, I believe. 7 points. That was the difference. Our ability to run football was a huge challenge we put on these guys up front on the O-line. Huge challenge we put on these guys up front on the O-line. And we know who we are as a football team. We know what our identity is. Just want to make sure everybody else knew.
Okay, Coach, thank you.
Go Jackets.
Go Jackets.